I've conducted a couple of studies, and one thing that keeps on coming up is children telling me, Miss Jenny, tell our parents to come and be with us in social media. Don't tell your child, don't, you're always on social media, you're the can't, you can do. And you scroll mode. You come in the house and you're scrolling until yesterday. You know, like you're forever. If you're going to tell your child to put their phone down, you too, put your phone down. Rules should apply to everybody. Social media cannot replace parenting. It can never, being you, present yourself, it can never replace you being a parent. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for making the time to have this interview today, which we are shooting as part of our child online protection campaign. So without further ado, please introduce yourself to our audience.
Hello everybody, my name is Jenniffer Kaberi. I am a mom first. I'm a mom to two beautiful children, teenagers, teenagers. And also CEO and founder Mtoto News, and also research on children in the digital age. So I prefer seeing children in the digital age instead of online protection, because there are things that children are doing amazingly in the digital age.
So for anyone who hasn't read our March issue, where we extensively talked about your role in child online protection and the digital space, as an expert, kindly explain what Mtoto News is and how you're involved in this space.
So Mtoto News is a children's digital company. We leverage on technology to make children visible, because we believe children have to be seen as players and not as spectators. And we do this in three ways. Number one, we do curate and circulate content with for by children. Number two, we provide platform for children to be able to participate. In that way, we're able to train children on how to express themselves and how to use digital space to effect change and to come up with solutions. And number three, we research. Our research, we focus on two areas. We research on child participation and children in the digital age. Those are the three things we do as Mtoto News. And as part of our child participation and work, we have a training we call Sauti Zetu. It's a digital literacy program. It's a 5 days program and a 3 months mentorship program, where we train children intensively on how to thrive in the digital age. Of course, we include issues to do with online safety, but we focus so much on how children can be able to thrive in the digital age, because it's an amazing platform, it's an amazing space. Okay, so we train children on how to be able to create content, how to be able to communicate, how to be able to collaborate, how to be able to engage their leaders using the digital space, and how they can be able to come up with solutions using in the digital space. So we use we train children on how to use the digital space. In our intensive training, we've trained over 3,500 children on our platform, and these children are becoming amazing. They're amazing human beings. Most of them are now turning 18, 19, and they're doing such an amazing job. We are really proud of them. And then, so on content, we create, as I said, we create, curate, and circulate content with children. So if you go to our platforms, our website, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere, you find content, but it's not, we just don't create, we create it with children. So you find children are the ones who are hosting, children are the ones who actually write. We have a magazine done by children, Shajara. It's purely done by children, and we are able to help children to generate this content and to empower them with these skills, the 21st century skills, to be able to thrive in this digital age. And research, there's a huge gap on research when it comes to children, especially African children and technology. So we are here, and we are trying to get out papers and evidence on how children are able to thrive in the digital age in Africa. Yeah.
That was such a beautiful answer.
Thank you.
You said that you are a mother.
Yes.
How have you brought up your children to relate with the digital space?
Okay, so let me go back. I used to be, when Facebook started, I used to be a mom blogger. And then life happened, and I felt technology was too toxic for me. I left. So that was For about 5 years, I was not online. I was just on LinkedIn, and for obvious reasons, to look for work. And then one day, I think in 2014, or was it 2015? 2015 actually. It hit me that this platform is such an, because I was just on LinkedIn and it was just to look for jobs, but I used to read articles on how people are maximizing on the space. And I started thinking, if we can be able to use technology like this for bad, how much more can we be able to use for? And this is because after Cambridge Analytica and the whole fiasco around the US elections. So, and I start researching on how can we be able to leverage on this. So my children were my guinea pigs. I always say that my children are my guinea pigs. How can we be able to use technology? Okay. And then I started noticing my daughter, then she was about 3, 4, 5. She was just trying to get from being a toddler to get to know herself. And then she discovered she has kinky hair. And then it's not just kinky hair. I had locks. So I've just cut my locks a couple of years ago. She had really nice locks. My child, after watching cartoon for a few years, decided her hair is not good anymore. And she cried to cut her hair. So I had to cut her hair. You know how much you invest on locks? Her locks were really long and beautiful. I cried together with her. I cried when she was happy because she was cutting me. I was crying like how much money I had invested in that hair. But it hit me on how media shapes the thinking of our children. Because there was no girl animation. I'm not talking about human people. I'm talking about animated. And she said, Mommy, I want to comb my hair like that girl, a Dora the Explorer or whoever. And I thought, this is how our children are being shaped by technology. Okay? So I said, how can we be able, and I'm a child development expert background, and I said, this is how our collective as Africans is shaped to think this is how we should think. Because our hair is not good enough, we need to comb it. Or we need to have straightener. We have to straighten it. So tech tells you you're dark, let's lighten our skin. Okay? You're this, let's do this. So technology is shaping our mental framework. And if it starts from my 3-year-old, that means by the time she's 14, 15, she'll be a totally different person. She'll be a person who she's not because she's trying to be so many people. Glad to say now she's crying, she wants her locks back. And I'm saying no, because I am not ready to go through the mental stress that went through cutting that hair. But this is because over time she has been able to gain her self-confidence and accept that, man, I'm African. There's no way my hair is ever gonna be straight, ever. So she's accepted herself. So, and as a mom, I said, as a child development expert and a child rights advocate, I said, how can we make more children like that? How can we be able to start breaking this stereotype that is shaped by technology? So that's what Mtoto is. So it was to be able to create a space where children can be able to express themselves and to be themselves without being shaped by what other people think they are. Okay? So, and over the last years, that's what I've been trying to do, changing how technology and how content looks for African children. And that's why we empower children to be able to create their own content, because they would love to see they are kind when they are watching TV or going on YouTube or going on TikTok. They want to see they are like or they are kind, because you don't want to be shaped. Their mental framework be shaped by people from outside.
Talk about representation.
Yes.
So you mentioned that you had not been on social media for 4 years prior, or was it 5, prior to now embarking on this journey. So what steps did you take to ensure that you yourself were literate in the digital space? Most of the time, parents are reluctant to participate in social media or to learn new apps, it's something challenging for them because it's something they don't know from the get-go. So what steps did you take to ensure that you became literate?
So for me, I was very intentional. When I was coming back to social media, I was very intentional what I wanted to achieve. I wanted to be an expert in social media because I knew it is an amazing, amazing tool. So I went and did online courses, like I have online courses on social media. I would attend not webinars, then we didn't have webinars, it was before COVID. I attend conferences, whatever meetup that is there to learn more about social media, I will attend when I was doing my social media. Okay, I looked for knowledge. I still do. I read everything out, wanted to know what are the latest statistics, how are people using it, what are the best platforms, and why are these platforms, how are people misusing these platforms, okay? How can I leverage on these platforms, okay? So I was very intentional in how when I was joining social media. And because I went like, I don't know anything, I'm going to learn. So the best thing about being on LinkedIn and kidogo, not TikTok, Twitter, I kind of understood. Okay, but now this one I was doing it because I wanted to be an expert. So I read a lot about social media, and I think that's something I say it's different from others because people use social media because they're using it. They're not using it to understand it. For me, I was using it to understand it. Okay, I tell guys, whatever new platforms comes up, I'm there. Like whatever. Right now, there's another called Zipper. I am in there. Okay, I'm not there. I probably I will not know how to do a filter because probably it's not probably, it's because I don't know how to use filters on Snapchat. But on I'm there Snapchat to study how it is done. What are kids doing? So when my child tells me I have 20 strikes, I go like, oh, you're spending too much time on that platform. So when they do strike, like, oh, that is so nice, congratulations. You don't know what strikes mean. Me, I know you're spending too much time on social media when you tell me how many strikes you have. So I'm very intentional. I study. I'm very intentional in studying social media, whatever new platform comes up. And I study not only on the negative side, because when you talk about online child protection, people always go look for the negative side of social media. Okay? They don't look at the holistic face. Okay? As it says in Africa, in every village, there's a mad person. Okay? In social media, they are, of course, they are mad people. Okay? But that does not mean all of social media is bad. So I try to study, I can tell you, these are the good parts, these are the bad parts. Okay? And most of the time, the good outweighs the bad. Most of the time. So, but that does not mean we become blind to the bad side. But when you focus on the bad side, you will always look for the bad. You know, when say look for it, you'll find it. So for me, like, what is the positive side of this social media? How can I leverage on it? What are those aspects I can teach kids to use? Okay, with a bat. But if you go there, Zipper has issues. It doesn't have all these controls, this and this and this and this. You're gonna get a zipped. Okay. So you always bring that about. But for me, I was very intentional in going to study, and I continue to study social media, not to use it, but to understand it. Yeah.
Wow. So just to build on that response, how important do you think it is for parents to understand these apps and how they work in order to be able to protect their children?
I have conducted a couple of studies. And one thing that keeps on coming up is children telling me, Miss Jenny, tell our parents to come and be with us in social media. Because telling us not to be on social media is not going to work. Tell them to come. Because we ask them, what do you want your parents to? Tell them to come and join us. Let them understand our world. Because it is their world. It may not be my world, but it is their world. You have to understand. Okay? When you're doing my makeup, you saw my child being on my case, telling me about my eyebrows. It's because it's her world. She knows how to do all these things. For us, when I was growing up, we used to put Vaseline and you're content. Is it Vaseline or Aramis? And you're content, and there was no aligning, I don't know, contouring. There was nothing like that. But in their world, contouring is very important. So you have to understand what is contouring. You have to have, instead of having a brush, as we never used to have brushes, we used to have cotton wool, and then you just put and you're good. Okay? But now you have to be able to understand their world, understand how it operates. So when you understand it, you'll be able to protect them better. By restricting them, unajidanganya ngo, you are lying to yourself. But when you understand this is their world, this is how it operates, okay, this is how, what it means to them, you can be able to protect them better. You can be able to ask very informed questions like, okay, so what does that filter mean when it has two horns like this? You would think it's a devil, but it doesn't mean devil. It means something very, very different. But you're thinking, oh God, my child, you know? But when you go to their world and understand it, you're able to protect them. Don't go to social media to know how to use it. Understand it. Understand what means, understand why TikTok is more important than YouTube Shorts. Okay, then you can be able to know, okay, I can be able to restrict my child to this amount of time. Okay, 30 minutes of TikTok is enough per day. Okay, 1 hour of YouTube Shorts is enough per day because you have understood how they work. Okay, and you know restricting them will not work. Yes.
No. So does Mtoto News offer any crash course for parents?
So as a parent, remember that your child has a different personality. So how they engage social media is very different from any other child. Yes, they may be clicking the same button, but why they are clicking is very different from another child. They may be clicking because they like it, or they may be clicking because they are feeling sad. Okay? And this is because of the personality. You know, people have different personalities. There's the sanguines, the extroverts, and everything. Because of their personality, how they engage social media is very, very different. So how you're going to help your child thrive in the digital age has to be very personalized. Okay? I'll give you an example. I always tell, I'm a mom, so my children are my guinea pigs. My daughter, she's very introvertic. So how she uses her social media is she can be able to, she uses it to talk to her friends, okay? Okay, and to express herself, okay? Because she can talk a lot. But my son, is loud, but he's 11, so he's not yet getting social media, okay? But he uses it to express himself, okay? So, and I know what they like. They like 2 different types of content, okay? My son will watch Mr. Beast from here until tomorrow. I don't understand the thing, by the way. I don't know why people watch Mr. Beast. I was still yet to understand, okay? My daughter will watch baby videos and cat videos, you see? So how I am going to relate with them is very different. I know what to restrict, okay? My daughter will stay on TikTok from now until tomorrow. So I know 30 minutes is enough for the day. But she knows. She will not complain. 30 minutes is enough. She'll go look for cat videos somewhere else. Okay? And then L is for loose parts. Okay? So as I said, bring yourself to your child's world. Look for things that you and your child can enjoy to do online. Okay? And there are so many things. There are games, Roblox, okay? Sit down and watch a Netflix together, even if you are going to be bored. Like now, we've been watching this series with my son. I don't understand, but I sit there as a very good mother. It's anime, and I have no idea.
You cannot talk negatively about anime in this space.
Yes, like I just watch anime and ask, how far are we? You know? But I have to watch because I want to be interested in his world. Okay? Okay? I have to do contours, makeup, because my daughter feels I'm going to embarrass her in her friends. I don't care, by the way, to do contours. Okay? It's her world. I'm going to her world. Okay? Understanding her world. Okay, so those are it doesn't have to be complicated. So just look at loose parts. What are those parts that you can be able to come together as a parent and use together? Okay, and be there with your child. If you're a gamer, you'll be happy. Sit down with your child and do gaming. I try to do Xbox. Is it Xbox? Once in a while. Okay, that thing for gaming, for running a car is Xbox, right?
PS4.
Yeah, that one. PS4. Okay. So I do PS4 once in a while. Just go race a vehicle here and there. Okay. Get banged, you don't win. It's fine. But what it's showing, you're showing your child, I'm interested in your world. Come. And then next time they'll say, oh, mommy, there's a new game. Can you come and sit down and yeah. Okay. But you're in their space. And that way, when they are not safe, you'll be able to know. When they are playing a game and they say, Mommy, I don't watch that, you start knowing, but that used to be a favorite game we used to play. Why are you not comfortable? Probably they played someone, bullied them. That's why they're not comfortable playing in that game anymore. Or they did something, so they'll be more comfortable. Or why are you not interested in doing makeup anymore? Probably someone told them something, or someone groomed them on the makeup. So they'll be comfortable telling you about that. And then accountable. A is for accountability. Okay? Monkey see, monkey do. Don't tell your child, you're always on social media. You're the can't you can do. And you scroll mode. You come in the house and you're scrolling until yesterday. It's like you're forever. If you're going to tell your child to put their phone down, you too, put your phone down. Rules should apply to everybody. Okay? If you have, I always tell parents, please come with rules. Come up with social media rules or digital media rules for your house. This is how you use. Don't use phones when you are eating. Don't pick up a call in between a conversation or whatever. Okay, or do this. If you have family time or movie time, this is time for. Don't do this. Okay, if those rules are there, don't go with your phone upstairs, or if you have those rules in your family, let them apply. Don't enforce rules to your child that you don't apply. The one I always say is very interesting. If you are a bully on social media and you're telling your child, don't be a bully on social media, and then your child goes and comes across your post and you have gone trolling someone and and this is the same person tells me not to troll people. Okay? If you tell your child, don't post indecent photos, and you're the same person posting indecent photos, don't share your personal information, you're the same person. Monkey see, monkey do. Your child follows you. Maybe you're not on their official account, but they will follow you. They'll ask their friends, can I say I want to see my mom's social media account? Okay? And they see like, is this the same person? So if it's accountability, it has to be on level. Okay? Your child will always do what they see you do. Okay? So if you want them to watch pornography or whatever, don't watch it. Because if they see you watch it, they will think it's acceptable and they will watch it. Yeah. Players. You have to be present. Okay? Social media cannot replace parenting. It can never, being you, present yourself, it can never replace you being a parent. Be there for your child. Okay? Show your child that you are there, that social media has not taken over parenting. Okay? Don't put your child in front of a television or a computer or a tablet and you expect that to parent your child. No. Be there for your child. Be present. Okay? Sometimes throw away the gadgets and just have that one-on-one with your child. Okay? Take trips outside. Go hiking. Okay? Go running, go play kati outside, go to the farm if you're in the village with your child without a gadget. Okay? And then E is for empower. Empower your child. The other one is empower. In reality, you cannot remove children from the internet. So the best thing for you as a parent and to remove stress and answers from yourself is empower your child to be able to navigate the digital space. Okay, there are so many programs that are out there that you can be able to help your children utilize the digital space. You can teach them coding, okay? You can teach them on content creation. You can teach them on, they can use other skills, okay? So you're empowering them on how to use the digital space. So when they are going to the digital space, they are doing it intentionally. They're not just going to go doom scrolling, but they're going to do something there. They're maybe going to learn to do some research, or they're going to create their own content, or they're going to create a software, okay? So you have to empower your child to be able to go in the digital space, okay? As I said, in Mtoto News, we have amazing programs. We train children. We have one on Sauti Zetu, our digital literacy program, where we teach children content creation. We have a program on AI, graphics, how to create content using AI, how to use internet for advocacy. So we are actually coming up with a platform, a learning platform, where children can be able to go and learn these skills at their own pace. So they don't have to come to our space or our trainings, that they can do that by themselves. But they're not just in Mtoto News, but there are many other programs that you can be able to do that. And then R is, I want to call it righteousness, but you can call it values, okay? You have to have values as a family, okay? Values don't change, online or offline, okay? Be respectful is a value that is offline, but you can use online, okay? Don't speak to strangers, offline, online, okay? Be nice is offline, offline. What are the values you as a family do you have? What are those, I call it the real software, have you given to your child, okay? I'm a Bible believer, and the Bible says, bring up a child in the way that they should grow. And when they are old, they should not depart from it. What is this you are bringing up them with? Okay? It never changes. Online and offline, it never changes. That child will be clicking on that image or video, and then they will remember, I don't think my parents have brought me up like this, so I don't think I want to watch that. Okay? They will be typing something, and it's like, I don't think I've been brought up like this. I'm not going to use these words. Okay? Okay? They'll be wanting to share their contacts. I've been told not to. Who am I sharing? So because it's something that you have brought up your child as young as soon as they're able to understand, from that age. So those are things that they are in the back of their mind. So they'll never change. Okay? So for me, I call it righteousness or values, because it's the way you bring up, the way you as a parent are bringing up that child. Values never change. They never change. Okay? So how you bring up those values that you give to your child, they never, when they go off online, those values will not change. And then safety. Okay? And this safety, I'm not talking about safety features online. I'm talking about a safe environment. Does your child know where to go when they are not feeling themselves? Okay? Are they confident they can come to you and be vulnerable with you and tell you, Mommy or Daddy, this is going on? Or Mommy or Daddy, I don't feel safe to be online. Okay? I told you my children are my guinea pigs. There's a time my daughter was being bullied in school, and that bullying went on social media. And she came and told me, Mommy, these guys are bullying me on social media. Okay? I had to have a conversation with the parents of those kids. Okay? So the kids came and apologized and said, we are sorry, that was not right. Okay? What values? What is that? And you see, that is not for blocking. You can block. You can leave that social media. But it's your classmate in school. They're posting your videos, even if you're not on social media, you're not, but they are there. You are blocking, but someone else is going to be perpetuating that. Okay? Blocking will not help. It's not a safety feature. The best safety feature as a parent is you creating that environment where your child can be vulnerable with you. They can come to you when they're not feeling safe. Okay? And then knowing who else, if you're not around or you're not available, who is the other person they can go to. Okay? A friend of mine called Shalom has a book, and she says, as a parent, your child should have 2 older people, 2 younger people, and a peer. Okay? So someone who is your age, they can go confidently to talk to, who is not you. Okay? Because they're tempting like, will my mommy understand? But my auntie will be able to understand. So they'll go to your sister or your friend to talk to, or her friend's mother, and say, okay, Mama so and so, I don't feel comfortable, or this thing has been happening. Can I talk to you? Okay? So as much as you're not there, but they have someone else they can be able to, who is older. Okay? A peer. This can be a brother, a sister, or a friend. Someone they can be able to talk to. And this group, peers, are the ones that they confide a lot. But they have someone who they feel safe with. They can be able to share. You know, a problem shared is half solved. Okay? So they have someone they can be able to share with. Okay? That this is going on online. And they'll be able to understand, because when they say this filter or that filter, this friend of theirs, they understand. They are speaking the same lingo. Okay? Because they understand. Okay? So that's a safe environment. And then someone younger. Okay? Okay? For my case, my children are very tight. Okay? I know stuff from my son about my daughter. My daughter will never tell me. But because she goes and says, oh, this is going on. Even the bullying one, I got to know from my son. Because they confide in each other. Okay? So do they have younger people they can be able to confide? So it's like around. So that is the safe space I'm talking about, not the digital space. As again I say, digital space is a reflection of our physical space. Okay? So as much as online space, they have all this, I'm sure you guys, someone has already taken you through the safety features for different platforms. Someone has done that. Okay? Those are amazing. But they don't create the safe space, the emotional safe space that children need. Because children thrive when they have humans around them. Okay? Because in reality, children, digital space, as much as they have 1 million friends, the people they regard as close to either people they know face to face. Okay? We are just finalizing a report on internet friends. And that's something that came out. We thought, that is interesting. The kids said, I don't know them. They're not my friend's friends. They are my internet friend, but they're not my friend. So as much as they can be able to relate to them, but they're more likely to relate with someone they know physically. And now the current group of children, unlike us who want to thrive in the number of followers, they don't accept anybody into their digital space. They only connect to people they know. I met with you at a funky. Oh, I know you. Okay, I can actually put a face on you. I'm going to follow you. Okay, so not just sending a random request. No, they will not accept. That's something that is coming out from the current group of children. The children are just getting into the internet age of consent. They are not accepting everybody. Okay, so you have to be, that safe environment has to be a physical one first before you go to the virtual. Okay, because they know how to block, they know how to report, but they can block and report. That person is going to find them somewhere else in another way. But if they have someone, they can say, hey, I think I'm being bullied. I just want to talk to someone, or I shared my nudes, and that person can say, oh, without judging them. Especially now with AI generated pornography, it's called CSAM, and all these things going on, children are becoming very vulnerable. Okay, so they can confidently come and say, "Hi, Nani, I think I made a mistake. I shared my nudes with someone, and this person is bullying. What can I do? By the time the child is killing themselves, it's because they didn't have someone to talk to. And this person threatened them, if you tell someone, I'm going to. But if your child has a friend or has someone in their circle of safety, they can go to and say, I shared my nudes. So I said, when that, if I'm going to tell them, say, go ahead. Everybody already knows. Everybody that matters already knows. Okay? So that child is already confident in themselves that you can't bully me. You can't extort me, sextort me because you have my nudes. You can't. My mom knows I have, and she's not going to give you the money anyway. She's going to report you. Okay? So you have to create that safety. And that's our player strategy of online safety.
I hope parents...
I hope, yes. We are starting an online training. It's only that, we've been focusing so much on children. So, Wazazi, please forgive us. We're focusing a lot on children. So, we are trying this year to carve out some time to be able to have that one-on-one. We have a whole strategy. By the time we are done with the training, you go with a bounded book, back home with the strategy. Yeah.
That's beautiful. So, you mentioned you also train children on content creation. So for children who want to access these services at this moment, before you make it a digital space, how can they access them?
So our trainings are ongoing. We have trainings every holiday. So if you go to our website, www.mtotonews.com/training, you'll find the training there. You can be able to register. So the next training, we just finished our April training. So the next training is in August. So in August, we probably have 2 of them because we have a lot of children. For what happened, we thought April is going to be a short holiday because initially we thought it was going to be 2 weeks, but it was 4 weeks. Because whenever you have 4 weeks, we have 2 trainings. So like this training we had to cut off a number, but we have another 30 children who had registered for April that did not get training. So we are going to have that training in August. And also, we're going to have 2 trainings in August because of that. But also, we have a school training. If you're a teacher, you're a teacher, or you have a school, or your child is in a school, we have a school-based program we call SPAN, Student Press Association Network. We do the same training, but in depth. So, and we provide equipment and stuff for schools. So if you are a school and you would want to partner with us, just reach out to us, info@mtotonews.com, and our colleagues are going to get back to you on how you can be part of SPAN, and we can be able to get to your school and train your children. And so we target 7 to 17-year-olds, but I think this last training we had a 5-year-old. So we target that age group, but we train them because we believe it's not too early to start, because there's a research that has just been released by Internet Watch Foundation, and it shows children as young as 3 years old are being abused online. Yes, as young as 3 years old. So you're thinking your child is watching Cocomelon. Oh, your child is busy showing her bam to people on the internet. So it's not too early to train children on online safety. It's not too early. Don't think that, they're too young. No, it's not too early. Yes. 3 years old, yes.
So what are some guidelines that you have set for your children with regards to being online and how they participate online?
My own children, you don't get a phone until you're 13.
What?
So, what you're hearing is my son who is shocked because of the reminder that he's not going to get a phone anytime soon. Okay, so we have time limits. During school days, not more than 3 hours of internet. Okay, and that is between 4 and 9 o'clock. So after 9 o'clock, phones off. Okay, so phones are off. Okay, weekends, I'm lenient. You can be able to use it, But school days, 9 o'clock, phone are off. They go on at 7 a.m. By the time at 7 a.m. you're going to school. So you don't, and then you don't carry phone to school. Even if all your friends are carrying phone, my children don't carry their phones to school because I feel if you carry your phone to school, you're going to be disrespectful to the teacher. When the teacher is teaching, you are busy scrolling, so you don't carry your phone to school. I have to know if you're on social media. If I know I come across a social media platform and I don't know, we are going to delete that platform. And then you can create one that I know you are there. And you don't block me. You don't block me, social media, because I will know you have blocked me. And I'm going to come and follow you. Yeah.
So, have you discussed, you talked about an instance where your child was bullied online.
Yes.
So did you have a follow-up conversation about cyberbullying?
Yes. So the best thing I had trained my children, because of my work, they are all trained on online safety. So she knew she was being bullied. It was not like she already knew she was being bullied, and she came to me, Mommy, I'm being bullied online, and she actually showed me the chats, and I thought this is bad. Okay, so I told her that is not a good friend. Friends don't do that to their friends. Okay, as much as she's saying that's not your friend. So we had that conversation. Friends don't do that to friends. So we had that conversation. So they're all trained on online safety. They know what they're supposed to watch and what they're not supposed to watch online. Yeah.
So how would you advise a parent? What advice would you give them if they face an instance where the child has been bullied online? They have not had prior discussions about cyberbullying.
Don't judge. Ulikuwa unafanya nini online? Si nilikwambia uko kuna kwako. That child is already going through trauma. Okay? So be your child's friend. Understand them. Imagine you may not relate it, but remember when you are growing up, probably if you're a parent, you probably grew up during my years. Probably if you're watching this 10 years from now, it may not relate. But for us, when we were growing up, we used to have playgrounds and we'd go play in maybe Kati, Bana. And there used to be this boy or girl who always to be mean. Okay? They'll call you names, especially if you're in their team and you lose. They will be on your case. Oh, wewe ndio sijui nini, umetuma tuka nini, tuka nini. So a bully is that person, but they're online. You know how that person made you feel in that playground, playing kati, because you were hit by a ball and they made you feel so bad because you lost. You remember that? That's what your child is going through right now. So, and that time, remember what you'd have needed. Not kuchapwa na mama yako. There was that, also in that team, there used to be that friend who used to say, Paul, wachana na yeye. Wachana na yeye. Ikwa ni venye tu, najua, venye huyo demo mwenye kwa na gonga, alikuwa na aim. Okay? So there's that person also in the team who makes you feel nice and feel, okay, it's not your fault that you lost that game. It was because the other person, those other guys were better than you. So be that friend to your child. Tell them, it's not your problem. It is that person's problem. They are the ones with the issue. They are just projecting their insecurities, their pains on you. It's not your problem. So you don't have to listen to them. Like for my daughter, when she comes to me, Mommy, am I so dark? Or Mommy, I say, are you? No, you're not. So you reaffirm them. You're beautiful. You're courageous. You're bright. Okay? You're a genius. Okay? Don't agree with the bully. Okay? Reaffirm your child who they are. Okay? And again, the safe environment. Create that environment where they can confidently come and tell you. And if a child comes and tells you that they are being bullied, just know that's a huge privilege they have given you. And don't break that trust. Don't break that safety circle. Be there for your child. Yeah.
So as we wind up this discussion. What are red flags that parents should never ignore when it comes to child online safety?
When your child is not themselves, when your child is spending too much online time and they're not interested in other things, okay, no, there's an issue. Or when they want to watch or to be on themselves when they are engaging on social media, when they don't want to give you your phone, there's an issue. Okay? Again, when they're withdrawn, that's an issue. When they don't want anything to do with the phone. When your child is always on the phone and then all of a sudden they don't want anything to do with the phone, there's an issue. Maybe they are being bullied or something has gone wrong with the phone, on the phone. Okay? When their mannerism, their character start changing, especially when they are being groomed. When all of a sudden your child who was not interested in makeup, they have the 5-inch eyelashes? Okay? Probably someone is telling them you need big lashes. Or whenever they start feeling, oh, my boobs are not big enough. Okay, how did they know their boobs are not big enough? Okay? So when your mannerisms start changing, you can be able to know there's something wrong with my child. Okay, but again, I always say, there's the mommy sense or there's the daddy sense. Always trust it. Okay? It's not the sixth. It is specifically for parents. You know there's something wrong with my child. There's something going on with my child. Follow that. Yeah.
So having walked this journey with your children, you said in addition to them, you've also taught other children about how to be online, how to leverage the online space. So what have you seen, what has stood out to you as a major difference in how they have adapted compared to kids who haven't perhaps gotten that training?
So the kids once we have trained, they are more confident. I'll be very honest, they are very confident and they are less likely to be abused online. Okay? And that they don't aimlessly use social media. When they're going there, they're going for a purpose. One of them actually, as you're recording here, her name is Megan. She came here when she was 16. Now she's lawyering. She's in third year law school. But when you see her posts compared to her peers, they're very different. Okay, because she's going social media with a purpose. She's not going doom scrolling. Okay, all the kids I follow them. They don't like it, but I have to. I need to study them. How they post is very different from other kids. Because we have shown them, you cannot just use social media to doom scroll or to laugh on memes or or comment. You can be able to use it differently. Okay, and they're the ones who come and report to you first thing. Oh, I think there's something going on. There's a new challenge. I don't think it's a good challenge, Miss Jenny. It's a bad challenge. Okay, they'll come and tell you because they already know how it can hurt people. Okay, so I have seen so much difference, and they are doing an amazing job. Okay, like 2 of our children now, they are part of the TikTok Global Youth Advisory Board, and they are 15. Okay, and many others they belong to. And how did they get to be known? Social media, how they post, what content they share. So someone comes and say, oh, I love the way you post, I love the way you share. So for me is how being very intentional in what you're doing in social media. As I said, it's a market. You go to the market to do many things. There are those ones who go to steal. There are those ones who go to sell. There are those ones who go to buy. Okay? There are those ones who go to market. Okay? In that market, that is social media, what is your purpose there? Are you buying? Are you selling? Are you the mad person? Okay? Are you going to spend time? They have just people who go to the market, they're just going round. They're not doing anything. They're just going, they see tomato there, they see cabbage, they see carrots. Okay? Without buying anything, they're just going round, spending their time there. Okay? So it depends. In the social media market, in the social media village, what are you doing? Buying, selling, going around, being the mad person. Okay? It depends on it. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so what is your final word to parents?
You can never remove them from social media. Don't try. Okay? Because you think your child is not on TikTok. Your child is an influencer. They are earning, they call them what? Heifers. What are those things people are earning on TikTok? Gifts. Your child is a millionaire. And you think your child is not on TikTok? Don't. Instead of telling them to stop being on social media, go there, learn with them, let them teach you. I learn a lot, by the way. So I learn a lot from young people about social media. Let them teach you on what social media, what it is to be on social media. It will be for your peace of mind, and you'll earn a skill, and you keep your child safe there. So for me, I'm available on any social media platform. Just look me up, Jenniffer Kaberi, on all social media platforms, apart from TikTok, not TikTok, Twitter, which I started when I was a bit younger, so I didn't use my real name. Okay, but if you search Jenniffer Kaberi, it will bring you to my social media. And ask me any question. I'm available for a question or response. Thank you again, Parents Magazine or digital media, for this opportunity to speak to parents. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
And finally, let them know where they can get to access Mtoto News and see what you're doing.
So Mtoto News is a platform. It's available on www.mtotonews.com. Mtoto is Mtoto. News, NEWS.com. You'll find us there. You can choose either the adults or the children's section, and you can interact with our content, register your child for many programs that are going on. Okay, download the content there. We have a lot of content for your children. Download it, let your child interact with our content, subscribe to our magazine and our newsletter, and we'll share with you. Thank you so much for the opportunity.